Hello and welcome back to yet another video from Napoleonic PC Wargamers using the John Tiller system to play out some Napoleonic battles. Now, when I left my last game, Alau, my opponent, who played reasonably well, he wanted a rematch because it was a little bit one-sided in the end. And the plan was to give him a little bit of a chance because he's not that familiar with the Napoleonic series and warfare at the time, and my initial reaction was go to campaign 1814 because generally the French would be outnumbered. But what I found when looking through the scenarios, there's not many that the French are actually outnumbered. He chose his ground very well, Napoleon. Campaign as a whole, yes, they are outnumbered, but individual scenarios, without going too far into sort of the Paris ones and things like that where it's 70 odd turns, and then I thought, well, I don't want to do a long one, and I did mention Auerstedt. It's kind of the Jena and Auerstedt battle, Jena and Auerstedt battles are two that Napoleon won his, he shouldn't have lost it, there was no way he could lose it, and Davout, he shouldn't have won Auerstedt, he was heavily outnumbered, almost sort of 2.5 to 1, something like that. I think it's about 65,000 troops the Prussians had eventually on the day, and I think we had about 25,000, something like that. Heavily outnumbered anyway, and I think that's going to give him a chance. Now, I've probably bitten off more than I can chew with this one, it's going to be a hard battle. I'm going to be the French because they are the ones that are outnumbered, as always in this one, and he's going to take the Prussians. Now, this is not the Prussian army of the later years after the reforms. However, an advantage of 2.5 to 1 should be sufficient for him to give me a good chance, or give him a good chance, should I say. That's what we're looking at then. Because I know the battle reasonably well, I can kind of plan pretty much straight from the off. That's what I've got on the map so far. I don't have a lot of units. I've got some chasseurs that ran into the Prussians early on, and that's how we knew that they were there. We do have some divisions coming in, so we've got Davout and Gudin coming in. They're going to make initial contact. And everything else is going to arrive pretty much piecemeal. If we have a look at our strength, at the minute we've only got 8,000 or 9,000 early troops. But if we have a look at scheduled, you can see that we're going to have all our troops are going to be piecemeal. 8 o'clock right up to 11:30 when, okay, it's a supply wagon. My plan then, the Prussians are... they got some victory locations up there. I think they were down towards Auerstedt and they came out to meet us. Whether he's going to do that, I don't know. I did tell him last time, you know, if you're going to defend somewhere, defend it. But then he decided attack was the best form of defence and went on the offensive pretty much from the off. So I need to get some concentration in force, otherwise I'm going to throw my troops away. Got to be a little bit careful in this case. So... as people arrive, I've got to think of having some sort of jumping off spot, some sort of area where I can gather some force. And I think Hassenhausen is as good a place as any. Now, they're going to have an awful lot of cavalry, and I suspect fairly early on as well. So, to that end, we've got to see what we've got coming. We've got one battery of horse artillery, a battery of guns, what are they, 8-pounders, some supply wagons, and looks like about 2 divisions. Not a lot to play with initially, and everybody's going to come in, I would have thought, up here, and we've got to get them all on a single track road through the woods, so it's not going to be the easiest. I need to get some concentration in force from the off, and hopefully he doesn't attack me in any force from the start. That will go for me. If he does at the start and he decides to come on, then it's going to be a very, very hard battle. And just looking at sort of fallback positions, we've got some high ground up there. It's very open though. He can, where else have we got? A lot of fields to the north. Got a river down here. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Lots of open cavalry ground for him. And I don't think I'm going to have much cavalry at all. So it's an interesting one, and it's only 28 turns this one, so that's quite good. It'll be played out in a day or a couple of days. We'll sit down and we'll get it done as quickly as possible. We've only just finished Alau, but I promised him a rematch. Promised to have a scenario that is going to give him a bit of a chance. It'd be a nice challenge for me as well. I did have an extensive debrief the next day after Alau with him, and said what actually went wrong. So if he's listened, if he's learned, hopefully he'll be up against not a better player, but somebody that has learnt a lesson from Alau. So I'm going to get into moving. Going to move everybody down the road. I'm going to send my first turn off, and I'll see you in a few. As I don't have many troops on there to begin with, I pretty much moved my 2 divisions down the road as much as I could. I split my chasseurs up into squadrons, 80 odd men squadrons. Exelman is forward with them, and they're just going to keep eyes out for these Prussians. I'm expecting them to come along this road, sort of around here somewhere. And yeah, that's my plan. So I'm going to send that off to him and get back to you. So I should have mentioned really that the only house rules we're playing with are pretty much the same as last time. No disordered units can attack. Full stop. We're just to put a blanket on that. Doesn't matter about leaders and stuff. If they're disordered, you can attack. No more than 300 cavalry in one stack. That's hopefully going to help me if he's got all that cavalry. And that's about it, really. I can think that we're playing with. I can't see anybody who had my scouts out there, so it's going to be a real quick turn. I'll just move whilst I'm here. I just want to spread these guys out a little bit, just in case the Prussians come. Get them facing up here, just in case they do make an appearance. Get Exelman's there, somewhere in the middle. And if you melee, you've got to have a leader within command radius as well. So it's fairly straightforward stuff, nothing major at all. Get these troops down. Get this gun up. Real quick turn in the beginning. Got to be careful moving through the woods that you go on the road, otherwise you're going to lose all your movement points. And I will press next turn because we probably... No, we don't. Okay, I thought we might have reinforcements this turn, but as simple as that, that's turn 2 done. And as quick as 10 minutes, he sent me his turn back. I was thinking after Alau, with all that cavalry action that we had and charging and stuff, we actually thought about a new house rule. Might implement it in here. It's a bit late now. Mind you, we haven't had any action. In the Zontilla games, I'm not sure that you get a bonus from attacking or charging from 1 or 2 hectares away rather than adjacent. In my head, I'd like to think so. In real life, cavalry, it needs space to gather up, to form up into line formation usually, and then they go on the trot and the canter and then finally charge. They can't do that from sort of a couple of meters away in an adjacent hex. You can do it in game, but I don't know if you get a bonus or it negates it or not. So just something to think about. So this turn, again, real simple, haven't got many troops there. I'm going to spread out my chasseurs. Chasseurs chevals, just in case any Prussians appear. Move them up a little bit maybe, and you up a little bit maybe. Continue moving my troops down towards Hassenhausen, and that's where my jumping off point is going to be. I'm going to get some concentration in force, make a bit of a defensive position there, just until some people arrive. There's no way I can fight the Prussians with what I have at the moment. Still can't see them. It's only 4 hexes, that'd be why. So it's 7:30 in the morning. Got to think about the north as well. Spielberg, Zakvar, Bendorf, just in case he tries something up there. So I will have to detach 1 or 2 battalions up this road as well. Use this sort of copse to this forest to my advantage maybe. Not a bad defensive position. It's not the best, not the worst. So just like that, that's that turn over, and I'll get that sent off. So already, we're on turn 4, but nothing to report. Still got 4, I keep saying 4 miles, 400 metres, 4 hexes visibility. Got my scouts out. I'm happy with where they are, am I? Might just bring them up in the field a little bit. Continue moving my divisions towards Hassenhausen. Get them there, get these guys up, get my battery up. real short turns, which is nice compared to Alau. You know, when it would take, what, 20 minutes, half an hour at least to do a turn. So that's about it. Same old plan, get my divisions up to Hassenhaus and make a defensive position there, jumping off position. Have a look at this road, get somebody up there, somebody maybe in the woods, some skirmishers, and hope that he doesn't attack me before I've got a chance to actually form up. That's what happened on the day. Well, actually, Duke of Brunswick, he delayed in Hassenhaus, and that's why he lost. He gave a chance to Davout to get a good defensive position. Hopefully he's not savvy as to what happened in the actual battle. And something is out there waiting for us. And we'll see when is visibility going to actually get any better. Barometer 7 o'clock, 15 minutes. Okay, so not long now. What's the weather going to be doing? I'll take it nice all day. Fog. It was foggy on the day, true. So 100% change to light fog or damp by 8 o'clock. And if we have a look at parameter data, what have we got? Fog, light fog, visibility 11111, light fog damp, visibility 1. Oh, 1800, that's, beg your pardon. So it's about 8 o'clock, visibility, okay, so visibility's gone up to 30 hexes, so it will reveal anything there. So, I'll send that over, and get back. Turn 5, and the good news is we've got some reinforcements coming, so slowly but surely people are starting to trickle in and arrive. Still can't see the Prussians, they are out here somewhere. I would have thought down here, along this road, up in the fields, Bendorf, somewhere around here. So it's going to be a nice, quiet, simple turn for the moment. Let's get everybody out here as much as possible. What is that? Horse artillery, so somewhere in the centre that'll be. Get this division moved up. Get this battery moved up. And who have we got? If I press this. Friant and his division. So, who's Friant? Second division, third corps. Okay, so we'll get him on the move straight away. And that's it, that's his movement points done. So just like that, that is the end of turn 5. And just like that, turn 6 is here. Good news, more reinforcements have arrived, and we started to see the Prussians and cavalry, dragoons. Right, so what I'm going to do is start, I think, put everyone out here and put them into square. If he's got cavalry coming, it's about the only thing I can do. Put a square down here. Get a square on the road. We can always move them after. I will put skirmishers out slightly after. We can't do it this time because we used our movement. Who have we got? Davout. You get out the way, Davout. We'll bring this horse artillery up to the road. Can they deploy? Yes, they can. Good. Just so I can see who's moved. Let's get Gautier in the centre, and then we'll bring you up with Davout. Have a look at their command radius. So well in command radius, I would have thought. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay, so carry on getting the rest of my divisions up. Petit's division. I did say I want to just get rid of that view visible hexes. Big command range like we were. Okay, so get rid of that. Do want to protect that road, and then just sort of bring everybody up in piecemeal as they arrive. What else have we got? We've got that battery to come up, the supply wagon to come up, another supply wagon. And then Friant's division as well, so we'll get them up through the woods. Okay, and that's all they've got. And who is arriving now? Terrible names. Barba Negra. Well, it's all useful. It's all useful. We need all the help we can get at the minute. So that's the situation. We've got to Hassenhausen, started to put squares out. I think what I might do is just start to bring my chasseurs in as well, because they've got no chance against all the cavalry he's going to have. Certainly not heavy cavalry, which they're dragoons. Prussian cavalry not the best at the time, but they had an awful lot of it. So yeah, they're doing a job. Maybe bring you up a little bit. So that's the situation. As it stands, send that off to him and see what he comes up with.